Hi, today's Let's Blooming chat is with a really lovely young man named Chris Walker. He's a personal trainer, but what we're talking about today is something that he's really trying to place out into the world and make a huge difference. So listen and find out. It's really inspiring. Thanks for joining. Today's Let's Blooming chat, I have an incredibly inspiring human that I discovered only a couple of days ago, and it was one of these must reach out, let's see if he'll actually talk to Blooming Healthy here on the Sunny Coast, because he's not only a local Sunshine Coast, but Chris Walker would have to have just had me very much at his Facebook event. And I'm just going to welcome you, Chris. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And I will let you tell my audience what you're actually doing and how exciting it is and I'd love to see where this is actually going to go for you, mate. What are you up to?
So at the moment, I'm actually running through an event I've created called the Do a Good Deed Challenge. It's all about just kind of helping a stranger out, asking someone if they're okay, buying them a coffee, smiling at someone, just doing a general act of kindness for a stranger, just to, show a bit of awareness that the smallest gesture can have the biggest impact on someone. And, it could definitely save a life with, so many cases of anxiety and depression in the world today. The smallest thing can be the biggest impact for someone.
Hugely. And what led you to this particular sort of, to me, that screams like, wow, what an upbringing, what, we're talking, I don't mean to feel like a dinosaur in my age here, but you just inspire me so much for the younger generation and more kids to, you're not even a kid. I'm so sorry. How old are you? Let's get this out of the way.
I'm 24. So.
Oh, you're 24. Look at that. But I tell you, you look a hell of a lot younger. Obviously, you definitely look after yourself and you've just got that youthful smile. But I just really admire anyone that does any sort of self-development. But, you've done something that people talk about doing. What made you do this, mate?
Well, coming from a different upbringing. So my mum had spina bifida her whole life, and my dad wasn't really around. So I guess from that experience when I was younger, it kind of like taught me that there's two ways to look at the world. In a sense, you can look at it very positively or negatively. It wasn't easy. It kind of makes you grow up pretty quick, but it was pretty good blessing in disguise, because it kind of taught me that, you can make the best out of whatever you want to do. And if you've got some kind of idea, you might as well act on it and make an impact in the world. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is.
Absolutely. That's so very, very true. What do you actually do for a 9 to 5 job? What's, is there sort of something about your occupation that just keeps you sort of active and...
So I'm currently running my own personal training business out of Good Life in Maroochydore. So I work with a range of different clients, so just working on athletes to fitness, but I also try and implement my own little motivational strategies and stuff with them as well. So I work with them on more or less ways to kind of overcome mental barriers as well, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, if you're looking for a personal trainer that's going to be very inspiring, I think if you're up, in the Sunshine Coast, do not look any further. I'd definitely sign up with you tomorrow if I didn't have my own little personal trainer. I can't, I'm Good Life too, so it's all good. But no, definitely, it's one of those things I think you need once you have fitness in your life, and just even if it's small bits of exercise, it really can help with mental health in a huge way. And you'd be a testimony, I'm gathering, to that particular factor.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. And so, you've done this incredible event. You've been sort of featured. You're popping up there. You did a radio interview and whatnot. So has this given you a stride? What do you want to look at this? Is it, please don't tell me this is going to be a one-time event. Are you going to keep it going and just really, really get more people on board?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to just keep doing it every year until I reach my target.
Oh, yes, that's awesome. So once a year, or what's the vision with that? Can we expect
So say it will be once a year, every year.
Yep.
So the goal next year will definitely be at least 100,000.
Oh, that's exciting. And yeah, look, I'm definitely going to be spreading the word because to be honest with you, that's a huge reason why I started Blooming Healthy, because I was not blooming healthy. And yes, my friends have created a hashtag when the occasional time we're actually indulging, and it's now a not so blooming healthy is our personal private um,
Yeah.
hashtag. But like yourself, there was, and I admit this now, but there was just really days that I did not want to get out of bed. I was not happy with my life. I was happy with everyone that was around me, that there was just a hidden thing. And as soon as I really started surrounding myself with positive people and really started exercising and just eating good food, that can actually turn it around. And it's just events like this that remind people that it's just tiny, tiny little things that you can actually do. That make a huge difference. Like I once a week actually give someone a coffee, and hopefully I'll be able to, it's just, but before I know it, I'm out the door. They don't even know what's happened, but I always tell the lady at the coffee shop exactly what I'm doing. And I think your cause is just such a brilliant one, mate. I really, really admire what you're actually doing majorly. So where should people head over to if they want to? I know that we're in the midst of a challenge, but it's still not too late to pop on Facebook and actually get involved. How do they get involved?
So if people want to get involved, all they have to do is search Do a Good Deed Challenge on Facebook. You'll go onto the event, and to get involved, click attending and just write in the comments section what good deed you've done for the day. Share with your friends to get it out there a bit more, but everything makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I know that you are based on the Sunshine Coast, but we can spread this anywhere, can we? Or are you just trying to get
absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. That's fantastic. No, that's really, really great. I must admit though, Sunshine Coast, it is a good place to live, isn't it? It is a very good place.
Definitely doesn't feel like winter here.
So what's been the most rewarding, moment of actually sort of doing these? Has there been something that's really sort of, why you're actually meant to be doing this and spreading this particular message?
It just knowing that, sometimes we always forget that, seeing a human act like a human, I guess, is so rare. So like seeing people be nice to a stranger and seeing the reaction that you get from that stranger as well is like, just, you can't really describe it. Like the happiness you see in that person's face is just ridiculous.
Absolutely. Your favorite food?
I've got a guilty pleasure of pizza capers.
Oh, okay.
That's it's my special food, I guess.
Yes, cool. And any particular topping? What sort of pizza will you go for at pizza?
I like the chicken courage. I don't know if I've actually said it right.
Okay, all right. That sounds good.
Quite nice.
Yeah, that's good. Always after a recommendation. Now, personal training, what is your favorite exercise? What do you sort of like that really is easy to do? And
a squat. I think a squat is just the best exercise you can do.
Yeah, yep. So if you're looking at sort of somebody that's getting into toning up and whatnot, a squat is very, very effective, is it?
Yeah, because it's such a whole body exercise. You're releasing a lot of hormones at the time, so it's really quite good because it helps you burn fat and build muscle.
Awesome. I will remember that. Absolutely. Kim Kardashian butt, here we come, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, is there any sort of affirmation or someone that you inspire to that sort of really gets you inspiration going?
I've always liked Will Smith's quote, which is fail forward.
Yes.
So I really like that one just for the fact that, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, just as long as you actually get back up and keep going, which is something a lot of people don't do, unfortunately.
Very, very true. That is one of the best. I must admit, Will Smith's one of my favourites for that too. And what's your favourite day of the week? It's always a blooming healthy question.
I'd probably have to say a Sunday because that's my only day off.
Yeah. So you do personal training like 6 days a week?
Yeah. Plus I've got 2 other jobs.
Yeah, but I really hugely just make sure you get onto this Facebook, spread it with all your friends, because what an incredible young man I have spoken to today. And watch this space, because I think I definitely have got him in the early days of this man really going forward in a huge way, because positivity is just such a way to make a huge difference in the world. And make sure I'm going to put all the links in the end of this video so that you can very easily find Chris and keep an eye on this young man, because seriously, I really think there's going to be a lot that you will do in the future with this particular cause and many other things. And obviously, you know, if you're on the Sunshine Coast and you need a personal trainer, hey, I think he's the man to go and see. Very, very, I think the positive part of a personal trainer is hugely, hugely important. So I thank you so much for joining me today, Chris. I really
Thanks for having me.
have enjoyed. I look forward to meeting you in the flesh. I don't know, spreading the message. And I tell you what, I'm going to buy 2 coffees this week. You've inspired me, and I'll get a stranger. And yeah, is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Just keep doing good deeds for people.
That's awesome. That's really, really clear. Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really, really look forward to seeing what you do in the future, mate. Thanks for having a blooming, healthy chat with us. Thank you.
Thank you.